All right. Good morning. Thanks everyone for joining us here in person in Phoenix, as well as online throughout the country. We are gathered here together for our monthly lunch and learn. We do take a break for the summer, but this is our last one for the first half of this year. And it's going to be focused on 1031 exchanges. We're really pleased to have with us an industry expert, Rob Curtis with Accruit, who's going to do a nice deep dive into 1031 exchanges and answer questions as well as we go throughout the presentation. So if you have questions for us, please don't hesitate to type them into your question bar there, and then we'll answer them as we go throughout our lunch and learn today. So if you haven't seen your email, this is our first quarter multifamily newsletter that we publish every quarter. Really have some great highlights in it for our multifamily market. And the market really continues to face pressure from elevated supply, especially of the new Class A product that's been brought in online. When we look at absorption, we have about 18,000 units that were absorbed over the last 12 months, but we also had a new supply of about 25,000 units that were delivered. So that gives us an excess supply right now of 7,000 units. When we look at some of the price per units, we're down about 4% year over year to 267,000 on average for the price per unit for what's trading in the first quarter. And then, we want to take a little jump into breaking down between the properties that are under 100 units and those that are over 100 units. We see here that the properties that are under 100 units, when we compare first quarter this year to first quarter last year, we really see a significant increase in price per unit. So definitely some increased activity and more demand in those smaller apartments. And then on the larger size units, of course, we see significant downward pressure on the average price per unit and price per square foot, as you'll see there indicated in the chart. When we look at some of the key transactions during the first quarter here, on the smaller units, we see the English Manor traded at $333,000 a door. We see the Verde Gardens traded at $315,000 a door, and then our 9th Street lofts traded at $242,000 a door. Those were the top price per unit transactions that we had during this first quarter. And then looking at the 100+ unit transactions, we had Spire Deer Valley, which traded at $337,000 per unit. The Amara Apartments were at $158,000 a unit. And then the Arches at Hidden Creek were at $220,000 per unit. Again, those were the top price per unit transactions that sold during the first quarter of this year. When we look at the submarket analytics there, you'll see the overall Phoenix Metro is at 11.9% vacancy, so slightly higher than it has been. And then if we break this down by submarket, so you get a good idea of some of the different submarkets in Phoenix and the intricacies in terms of vacancy and rents and things like that. So you can dive into that in more detail as you wish in our newsletter that you got emailed to you. And if you don't see it in your email, of course, it's on our website as well that you can check that out. When you take a look at the rents, overall rents are down a couple of percentage points. And this breaks it down by type of asset class. So the Class A properties are discretionary and upper mid-range, and then you get into your Class Bs, lower mid-range, and then your Class C workforce housing is broken down there to give you a little bit better idea of what the rents are year over year. But overall, down a couple percentage points year over year. I want to go over a few listings with you as well. If you're interested in any of these, please reach out for more information and we'll be happy to get you that. These are, this is a plot of land available for $1.3 million, $100,000 a door to build this in Tempe, pretty close to ASU, very nice townhomes. And that is available for sale and it is permit ready. And then a new listing is some land at 61st Avenue in Glendale, priced at $1.2 million. $12 a square foot, 2.4 acres. And this is ready for a multifamily development. And so if this is something that is of interest to you, please reach out and let me know. It is permit ready and it is for 28 units. And then we have some self-storage land in Mesa that's available for 6.5 million, 14 acres. That would make, it's currently been planned for an RV and boat storage development. So fairly low infrastructure cost to, it's a lot of shaded parking, of course, for RVs and boats. And then we have a 6-unit townhome project that is available. It's already been built. This is a short sale opportunity. The recommended price is $3 million. We are soliciting offers for that short sale at this time. And of course, we have passive investing opportunities. If you're interested in investing in multifamily development opportunities, please reach out and we can put you in touch with projects that we know are happening and taking flight. So at this point in time, I'd like to bring forward one of our lunch sponsors today, and that is Phyllis Dumond with Stewart Title. She is one of our premier partners and definitely our recommended source for great title and escrow services. Phyllis, come on up and say hello.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me here, Carrick. I appreciate the opportunity. To all of those that aren't here today, you're missing some great sandwiches. So next time, make sure you show up in person because we do have a little bit of extra fun that I think you don't get to be a part of when you're on the other end of the camera. So Stewart Title, 130 years old. I've only worked for them for 11 years, but I've been in title for quite some time. So I would say 20, 25 years. Worked with Carrick for a very long time, closed a lot of deals. It's always nice to work with sophisticated, experienced brokers that they have here at SVN. So that's always a pleasure. And we'd like to work with you. My saying is customer service is not a department, it's an attitude. And it's how far you go to assist the clients when they're in need of help, not when they're not. So that's pretty much the value added that I bring to the table when working with me. So hopefully we'll get a chance to do that. And I hope you guys have a great afternoon.
Thank you, Phyllis. I'd like to bring up David Jones, who is one of our preferred partners when it comes to lending. David, come on down.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me here, Carrick. Thank you for the invitation. Again, to kind of echo Phyllis, I've known Carrick for a long time and worked with him on many deals. They have a great team here and always enjoy working with them. Been at Desert Financial for a little over 7 years and in the commercial and business world of banking for about 20. So a lot of experience there, focused mainly on investment and owner-occupied real estate. So we have many solutions at Desert Financial. We're all local here. We're the #1 credit union in Arizona. So we have a great footprint and a great team that's all local here. So I look forward to meeting some of you in the future. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, David. All right. And now, without further ado, we will bring up our guest speaker today, Rob Curtis, who's going to give us a nice deep dive into 1031 exchanges. Take it away, Rob.
Thank you, Carrick. Down button.
Or next.
Well, everybody, thank you for your time today. I want to appreciate you for taking your time out of your morning to talk to us about 1031 exchanges, what they are, how they work, the regulations, and all the good stuff involved in it. So just before we get started, raise your hands. I'll engage by people in this room. How many people are familiar with the 1031 exchange and how they work? So I got a room of pros in here. This is awesome. So this will go along swimmingly. So usually I just get a feel for the room, see what your knowledge is, the depth of knowledge you have on the 1031s. I don't want to make you pros. I just want to make you dangerous enough to have the conversation with your clients and then bring us into how it works together. So a little bit about myself. I've been a broker, believe it or not, in this valley for 20 years. I still have an active license. I don't participate, but I have it. I'm with a brokerage firm here in town. But I've been in this space now for over 10 years, and I really kind of like the niche market that we work in regards to working with commercial real estate